Water. Earth. Fire. Air.
Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be my new Avatar: The Last Airbender Netflix video. Netflix finally confirmed a bunch of details, the main cast, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I'll also talk about what Mike and Brian have said about the new Avatar: The Last Airbender movie that they're working on and the other new Avatar shows that they're doing, because all that's separate from what's happening with the Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender series. There is a lot of Avatar coming in the next several years. Cue the Avatar version of that Rick and Morty 100 Years rant. But just starting with the main cast for the Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender series. Aang is being played by Gordon Cormier. You may remember him from Netflix's Lost in Space. Some of these actors that I'll be talking about are from other Netflix shows. They really like to keep it in the family. He's been posting a bunch of videos of himself practicing martial arts recently. Zuko, the other character that they absolutely have to nail, is being played by Dallas Liu, who we'll be seeing in the upcoming Marvel Shang-Chi in the Legend of the Ten Rings movie. I thought that he might be playing a version of young Shang-Chi, but IMDb doesn't officially list who he's playing in the movie. Katara is being played by an actress named Kia Wintio, whose name I'm probably mispronouncing. She's also coming from another Netflix series called Anne with an E. I'm not really familiar with any of her work. And the only other cast member that they've announced right now so far is Sokka. He's being played by Ian Ousley, who's from another Netflix show, 13 Reasons Why. The biggest ones that they have not announced yet for Season 1 are Iroh, Firelord Ozai, Admiral Zhao, and Roku. Yes, Azula and Suki are big characters, but Azula doesn't really become a huge character till Season 2. Which is also why you won't hear them talking about Toph till they start working on Season 2. A lot of people forget that she doesn't really become part of Team Avatar till Season 2. The last we heard, they're supposed to start filming episodes this November. That date might stick, so that means we'll probably be seeing episodes around this time next year, or the fall, a little later if they take longer in post-production because of all the bending special effects they have to do. Netflix is going to keep posting promos and teasers as they continue to announce new characters and go into official production. Uncle Iroh will probably be one of the next people that they announce. But we probably won't get a full trailer with finished special effects till like spring next year or later. It's going to be a long time because it takes forever to finish special effects. If you want a really good example of what a live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender is going to look like, and you have too much PTSD or your therapist is telling you not to go back and watch that original Last Airbender movie, there have been a lot of good fan films, like there was an Agna Kai fan film. There's a pretty good example of what it might look like, but obviously they don't have the budget that Netflix will have to do the special effects for their bending abilities. The showrunner issued an official statement that Netflix tweeted out saying, "We'll be expanding and growing the world, and there will be a few surprises for existing fans and those new to the tale. I'll explain what that means in a second." But throughout the process, our byword has been authenticity to the story, to the characters, to the cultural influences. I also knew what I didn't want to do. I didn't want to change things for the sake of change. I didn't want to modernize the story or twist it to fit current trends. Aang is not going to be a gritty anti-hero. Katara is not going to get curtain bangs. But when he says he's not going to modernize the show, he literally means he's not going to do Avatar: The Last Airbender, but if it took place in present day. And he's not chasing trends by just changing the nature of the characters or their depiction to make the show feel like every other show that's on TV right now. The real big thing, though, was to cast the characters more authentically to the races and the cultural influences that they're based on in the original series. When the showrunner said that they're expanding and growing the world, that's mostly because the original series was only 61 episodes that were each just a little over 20 minutes long. The Netflix series, because it's live action, will be closer to like 40, 50-minute episodes, and they want 8 to 10 episodes per season minimum, and for it to run 4 to 5 seasons potentially. So if they only did the scenes that were in the original episodes, that would only last them for 3 seasons of about 10 episodes. So they're not going to change the end of the original series, Sozin's Comet. That's still going to be the end point of the series. They won't be pushing past that. But when he says expanding and growing things, there will be surprises for fans of the original series. That means they're going to include a lot of extra new scenes that were not in the original series. And usually what that works out to is like conversations the characters have just run on for longer. Characters have all kinds of scenes together that didn't appear in the original episodes. Like there would be sometimes in episodes where members of Team Avatar just would not interact with each other because they'd be focusing on different parts of Team Avatar more. There wasn't a ton of Admiral Zhao outside of when he was interacting with the main characters. Imagine him getting more scenes during Season 1. Because he is kind of the main villain of Season 1. Stuff like that. It's a little easier to do this when they get the full Team Avatar in Season 2, but you get the idea. My assumption right now, without more information, just based on the way it sounds like they want to pace the story out, the Season 1 finale will probably be the events of the winter solstice with Aang going to the Fire Nation temple and learning from Roku what his mission is, how he needs to learn to bend all the other elements and control the Avatar state before the end of the summer when Sozin's comet comes back, granting all the firebenders even greater power, supercharging them, making Fire Lord Ozai almost unstoppable for anyone but the Avatar. It's a solid cliffhanger to end Season 1 on, unless they just completely want to speedrun the plot, which hopefully they don't. Like, if he says they're expanding and growing things a lot, it means they're stretching the story out a lot. You probably remember last year, Mike and Brian also announced that they were leaving that Netflix Avatar The Last Airbender series because of creative differences. I have some theories about why that was. But the biggest reason we found out later in the year was because Viacom and Nickelodeon gave them a dump truck of money to open their own studio called Avatar Studios and make whatever Avatar movies and TV shows they wanted. This is the clip of them talking about the 20 plus years worth of Avatar TV shows and content that they have planned.
Is there anything you can tell us about Avatar Studios and kind of the future of where things are going?
So yeah, Mike and I have sort of mapped out a very ambitious, multi-tiered, I don't know, it feels like a big octopus, and looking at how we can go deeper into this big, rich, largely untapped history and future in the Avatar world. So there are ideas that we've been excited about for a long time that we're finally getting to really dive into. And then there's things that we're just figuring out and just getting really excited about. We want each of these projects to have its own feeling, its own tone and look, and so it will all feel true to the Avatar world, but they will all be very different expressions of it. So it will really deepen it and expand it. So yeah, we're gonna explore a bunch of stuff. We're fans of you two too.
Yeah, and if we make all this stuff, you guys will just be podcasting for about the next 20 years or so, I think. So.
I know, we're reporting
We've totally talked about that. We're like, this is amazing.
We're reporting on the Avatarverse.
If you haven't heard it, Dante Bosco, Prince Zuko himself, and Janet Varney, the voice of Korra, are doing an Avatar podcast where they basically recap the events of the original Avatar The Last Airbender series, and then they'll do Legend of Korra after that. They also bring on the other cast and crew members from the original Avatar show and from Korra to talk to them. They're mostly focusing on the original Avatar series right now, though. But they announced that the first new project that they're doing, this first new Avatar project, is going to be an animated theatrical film. They'll release it in theaters, and it'll begin production later this year. This is Mike and Brian's official statement, so Brian posted this on his Instagram. He said, "Bryke is back at Nickelodeon in a big way with a bunch of emojis. Mike and I are heading up a new studio dedicated to expanding the Avatarverse." So that's him saying that they're creating their own version of the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the Avatar characters, basically. Like, we're expanding the mythology in a huge way with a bunch of new series and a bunch of new movies. So even though we're kind of only thinking about the next couple years, like, can't wait to see that next series, they're thinking about the next 15 to 20 years of Avatar. Like, some of you will all go on to have children and grandchildren who will be watching brand new Avatar series. Then their statement just goes on to say, "It's hard to believe it's been 19 years since we created Avatar The Last Airbender, but even after all this time, there are still so many stories and so many time periods in Aang's world that we are eager to bring to life." Meaning that a lot of the new series will just jump around in the timeline, in the past and probably in the future as well. We are fortunate to have an ever-growing community of passionate fans that enjoys exploring the Avatarverse as much as we do. Just for example, last year when Avatar The Last Airbender episodes hit Netflix, it was the most popular animated series around the world of any kind. It beat all the brand new animation. It was that popular. And this is in 2020, so you have all these brand new kids and people that are discovering the series after all this time. So it is more popular than ever right now. Then they go on to say, "And with this new Avatar Studios venture, we have an unparalleled opportunity to develop our franchise and its storytelling on a vast scale in a myriad of exciting ways and mediums. That just means that they're going to continue to do all the books and the comics alongside all the brand new series and movies and shorts that they're going to be doing. But they'll announce more details about what all these new projects are going to be later this year, so of course I'll do videos for that and other bonus videos. Leave all your requests and your big questions in the comments below. If you weren't around for my channel way back in the day, I did episode videos for all of Korra, and I have a bunch of Avatar The Last Airbender videos as well, so I'll put links for all that stuff in the description. I've got a couple new trailer videos that I'm working on. You can click here for my full Marvel What If Episode 1 video, and click here for my post-credit scene video. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.